married, I'm going to walk down to the aisle with this.
Yeah. You get married to the Gadgetron jam. Lenovo will help you look busy this school year.
Even though you'll be just, you know, cruising for prawn.
Back to school are 3 words you never want to hear, so Lenovo wants you to hear these instead. New S10-2 Netbook. Only 7/10 of an inch thick and weighing 2.2 pounds, Lenovo's latest is ready to travel anywhere on campus. With a 10.1-inch screen, 160 gig hard drive, and Windows XP, it's ready to make you productive anywhere, even in class. Start taking notes or playing solitaire for $350.
All right, now this is the thinnest and lightest netbook we have this week, but the one really obvious, well, some people call it a flaw, is, I personally don't, but it's the huge extended battery.
Yep.
I don't really find it that huge. It's right there.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know if you could call it an extended battery because it is the battery. It is an extended battery for netbooks, I guess, but it's the battery. Do you think this is a major problem?
I think it kind of bothers me from a design standpoint. I mean, I like everything to be simple and, you know, and flush, but I mean, I guess you can sort of use it to prop up your netbook like that. So it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
You know, the case has this kind of weird design in the front, which maybe kids love, I don't know, but I like simple solid colors, but that's just, might as well just put an Ed Hardy Ugg boot on the front of it.
The other thing, though, is that if I was to buy something like this and it didn't have a long battery life, I would buy the extended battery, and it wouldn't bother me. So it's on here, and that's not the biggest flaw to me.
That's true.
Now, a comfortable keyboard and touchpad is not really common with netbooks, but this one is actually really comfortable, right?
Yeah, it is. It's really easy to use for the most part. The near full-size keyboard will take a little bit of getting used to since buttons like backspace and period are just a little offset. The touchpad and the buttons are kind of small, but they tend to be user-friendly, and even, actually, the multi-touch even works pretty well. So overall, it is pretty good.
Now, even though most of these, all of these netbooks have kind of the exact same specs, same Atom processor, Giga RAM, et cetera, all that stuff, there are always things that each one does better. So what does this perform like?
It's pretty solid, actually. We ran our standard PC Mark 05 tests, which you have to run on XP, and they all came out just a little above average. It can multitask and run Flash with no problems, and its Windows startup time is pretty much the fastest we saw. It also has Quick Start Linux OS that has web browsing, photo viewing, and other useful features that boots in about 1/3 of the Windows time. So that's not that bad.
That's really good. So it starts at $350, which isn't bad. Is it worth it?
I gotta say, it's up to the buyer. I mean, things like the battery design, the keyboard, and the benchmarks are holding us back from fully recommending it, so it's really up to you if that stuff doesn't bother you.
So then what do you give it?
Well, Olivia Munn, it's barely above average in design and performance, and there are certain drawbacks that it's very difficult to overlook, so we gave it 3.5 out of 5, which isn't bad. It's not bad.
Buy it if you want it.
Yeah. Buy it if you want it.
Well, that's it for Gadgetron, and remember, for even more of the latest news on computers and tech, check out g4tv.com/thefeed.